What's up, everyone? It's me, Cdub with Sports, back for our 4th episode of the podcast.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Cdub times 2 here.
This shirt, 50, that's because this guy's birthday was yesterday.
Jeez, yesterday, yeah. Getting old.
Yeah.
Did an escape room with some of the Vegas family, and it was tough. It was a tough room.
We escaped with like 28 seconds left.
Yeah, and we did about 300
But-
clues to get out. Yeah, so it was tough, right?
There was satanic things, the Annabelle doll and stuff.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
And then we started off yesterday. We went to go get haircuts.
Yep.
No, we got haircuts on Friday, not yesterday. Typically Saturday, but give out a shout out to Vinny, our barber. Did a great job as always. Yeah. Then so yesterday we spent the morning in the afternoon in the cabana, having fun in the pool, doing all that.
Yep.
We met some new friends.
Yep. Shout out Preston and Gray.
Preston and Gray. Anyways, but yeah, and then hung with the Las Vegas family, and then went back and played some poker until a long time in the night, as you might hear it in our voices a little bit. But it was a great day, meeting some new friends and hanging with BF and the Vegas family. So, all right, well, hey, before we get into it, I think a couple of big announcements.
Yeah.
So just some quick ones that you just want to highlight, right? I think first and foremost, from both of us here at the CW podcast, we want to congratulate the ladies from Clayton, North Carolina, who are Little League softball champions as of today.
Yeah.
So congratulate the ladies. Way to go. They beat the ladies in Owensboro, Kentucky, I think 2-0. Congratulations to Owensboro, Kentucky, right? Getting there to the final. I know it's not great finishing second, but that's a huge accomplishment. So that was one for me. The other kind of one everyone sees, Teddy Bridgewater retired again. Supposedly this is it. He did it like 2 years ago. Supposedly this is it. But see, he walked out of camp and he said this is it. So I think on a sadder note, I think you had something else that you wanted to.
86-year-old Don Nelson, second winningest coach in the NBA, dies.
Yeah, he passed away this morning, I believe it was.
Yeah.
And so huge influence on the game for as many years as he was coaching, what he did and how he. You hear players who he was part of draft, like Steph Curry. He was in Golden State. He helped draft him. He had helped draft Dirk Nowitzki down in Dallas because I mean he's had his hand in so many different things. And you wouldn't know this. It was a long time ago. It was in the 90s. One of his most famous things when he was with Golden State as the coach, he had, for those who are a little older, like maybe in this range, you'll remember Run TMC, right? That was when it was Tim Hardaway, Mitch Richmond, Chris Mullin, all those guys running up and down the floor fast and shooting everything. Like, so he was well known for that. But just from all of us here, our condolences to the family and everything. And he made a major impact. He'll be felt long after in the world of basketball. There's no question about that. So
Definitely.
all right.
Well, continuing with basketball, again, WNBA news.
Yeah, it was a big weekend for hoops for the ladies.
Yep.
Some of it, I'm sure everyone saw on social media today, and it'll be all over the main kind of sports talk shows, I think, tomorrow morning with a lot of different opinions about it. But before we get into that, I think the big game yesterday was the Minnesota-Vegas game. And Minnesota, I think you said it in the last pod, they're the real deal. They're the real deal, and they show it over and over again. So, yeah, it was a great game. They beat them 98-87. It was good to about 3 quarters, and then Minnesota kind of pulled away. And really showed
Olivia
them
Miles led them with 26 points.
Yeah, it was a good game. And then the favorite won yesterday, and that's where they won the game, and you would hope that's what all the talk was about after that game.
Guess what? It wasn't.
But it wasn't, right? This moment, right? And I think everyone knows the moment if you follow the WA. This moment with Carrington and Cunningham. So before we kind of, what are your thoughts? You saw that play now. We didn't see it live, but we saw it. So what did you think of that play?
Obviously, kicked out of game, right call.
Flagrant 2, right call. Upgraded the flagrant 2, right call.
It was like...
Oh, what are you doing over here?
Like...
Yeah.
It was bad.
Yeah,
and she made the basket, so.
And she made the basket. It didn't even help. But I think, listen, it's a flagrant 2. There's no question about that, right? Was it a dirty play or not? There's some highlights going back from Carrington. Couple of years she's had some things. Like she was the one 2 years ago that poked Caitlin in the eye when she swiped down at her. She had some one where she pulled the girl's back of her head down on the ground. Like there's some clips out there on her. I'm not saying that's her and that's the way she always plays, but there's some things out there for her. And
I'll take it.
I think here are my 2 things with it. She got kicked out. It was in the first quarter. Didn't make a lot. They don't have like beef against each other. I don't know why it happened really, but I believe the WNBA is going to have to go in and suspend her probably for a game or 2. That's unfortunate, but I think the punishment fits the crime. I think
Yeah.
that was a bad play on her part, and she's lucky she didn't really hurt her, like, because that was an ugly play. And for those people who are out there saying that, well, that's the way she plays, she always tried to come over the back and block. Give me a break. She was nowhere close to the ball. And if she knew that she couldn't get there, then she shouldn't have tried to wind up and get it. Like it was a bad play, right? My biggest issue with this, before we move on to the WNBA, the Fever coach coming out in the press conference after and saying, well, I don't think, Carrington's not that kind of player. I don't think she did it on purpose. Why the hell are you talking about the other player? Talk about your team. Talk about your player. Hey, you know what? I can't be the one who says, did she mean it or not? Was it purposeful? Was it premeditated or not? I'm glad Sophie's okay. Like, she's going in there and, like, it's like she's talking more and cares more about
defending
them than anything else. And so, I don't know. She keeps making these steps and she does these things, and I almost think she should stay away from news conferences because she doesn't help herself.
You said many times before you don't think she's the right coach for the Fever. And Caitlin have.
It doesn't seem like there's warm and fuzzies with her and Caitlin at all. But I'm not in the locker room. Maybe they're fine. I don't know. But anyway, so interesting. There'll be a lot of news about this continuing tomorrow. It was all over social media today. It will keep going on. But I think they play each other again. I think it's August 23rd or something like that. So everybody circle that on your calendar because that's going to be an interesting one.
We got to meet that weekend.
You have a swim meet that weekend. Yeah, okay. But then, my last thing with WNBA before we turn it over, right? So the Aces played that game last night, right? And they got beat by Minnesota. It was a good game, good fuck game. Then they have a back-to-back. No, it was yesterday, Minnesota.
No,
Christopher, yes, it was.
Las Vegas.
I know. They did. They lost to Minnesota yesterday. Remember, we just talked about it. They just lost to Minnesota yesterday. They played the Liberty this morning.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. They played the Liberty this morning.
Whatever.
And my issue is that they sat like half the team. Yeah. I understand it's a back-to-back. A lot of people have back-to-back. There's only 15 or so games left, 18 games left. I don't know how you just give up and take a loss and just sit these ladies for. I don't know. But listen, the Aces are champions. Becky Hammond is a champion coach. So who am I to say that the move was wrong or not? Like, who am I to say? It was just a little.
Just a high school basketball player.
Yeah, it was a little weird to me. It was a little odd. So, all right.
Yeah.
What do you want to get into next?
Next thing we're going to get into is MLB.
MLB. So, I think the big thing about MLB was a couple of streaks, right? Yeah. So, what were the streaks? Two of them. What were they? So, we had
Boston finally losing after like 11-game win streak or something.
10 or something like that, but it was a lot. They have flipped their season around in a big way, and they're right behind the Yankees in that division. So
or 9-game win streak.
9-game winning streak.
And then Dodgers snapping their 7-game losing streak.
Which was actually more surprising that with that roster that they've lost 7 in a row. But they move on, they win. Both of these streaks have snapped. Good for them. It's going to be really interesting as we go down. It's tough in the months of August to talk about baseball. It's like it's the dog day of summer with them, but it's getting there, right? We're
of course
75% way through the season, 65%, right? Again, for me, the standout ones are. Well, let me ask you this: is there anybody who's in the standings that's surprising to you, who's leading their division right now?
I would think.
Well,
White Sox.
The White Sox, yeah, that's interesting. They're just hovering there at Central. That's Central. I don't think they're going to end up winning it, but they're ahead right now. Yeah. I also am a little surprised about the the Rays. I mean, they've been good, but the Yankees not leading that division and stuff. I'm a little surprised about them. And then I would say also for me, Milwaukee to a point, but really it's Tampa Bay for me. I know they were good last year too, but
they were in the
playoffs. Christopher, it's called. It's all right.
Weren't they in the championship?
You got to remember, he's tired from last night.
Weren't they in the championships with Dodgers?
Was it Tampa and LA last year?
No, Milwaukee.
Oh, Milwaukee and yeah. So, anyways, all right. Next subject. Let's talk about a weird one that's out there right now. And I don't think there's truth to it, but there is stories on there out there. So if everybody remembers, the coach from UNLV a couple of weeks ago, he made a comment about that, somebody should buy the UNLV basketball team, right? He was kind of joking, Coach Josh, he said it and then he had to retract it in a way where he says he didn't really mean it. And then all of a sudden, there's these stories out there.
Well, guess what?
I know.
Guess who took that seriously? The owner of the Las Vegas Raiders and the Las Vegas Aces.
Yeah,
Mark Davis.
Mark Davis. So there's stories out there now. I don't know how true they are, and nothing's come out from Mark Davis or the Raiders or anything like that. But there were stories about that Mark Davis is going to buy UNLV for $10 million.
Yeah.
It's crazy if that really was to happen. Again, I don't feel it would be, but it's like, particularly because UNLV is a state college, right?
Yeah.
And so like, does that mean I can go buy anything from the state? Like I can go buy a DMV if I wanted to over in Henderson if I want. Like,
I could go buy a community college.
yeah, but I don't know. It's just weird. Listen, I think it'd be interesting if he did. I don't think it's good for basketball or college at all if teams can be bought. It's because, listen, we have enough issues with NIL and the money, how the kids are getting money or not. It's like, let's hopefully stay away from that. But it's a juicy story.
Yeah.
I don't know how much real.
And I think it would be funny if he does end up buying it.
It would be. I don't think it's great for college basketball, but it would be interesting for him. He donates to UNLV a ton already, so I mean, I don't know, who knows. But all right, next point, where we want to go.
We're gonna be talking about the Hall of Fame inductees.
Hall of Fame, right? It's always this time. We know we had the Hall of Fame game on Thursday, high-scoring game. Hopefully, you took the over if you bet it. Who's betting the first preseason game of the year? I don't know. Some people are, but hopefully you took the over. But for me, great class of people when you're talking about, excuse me, Drew Brees, one of the top quarterbacks of all time. Larry Fitzgerald, one of the best wide receivers we ever seen when he was with the Cardinals. Adam Vinatieri, you'll hear Pat McAfee say all the time, he's the best kicker who's ever kicked in the NFL, right? And so he's a beast.
Indianapolis kicker.
Yeah. And of course Roger Craig, which was one of the greatest running backs when he was in San Francisco. So a lot of big names. Sometimes you have these Hall of Fame classes and you don't necessarily know everybody, or some of them are really old, but these are all top.
NFL actually posted on YouTube like last 5 years of inductees. Probably knew like 3 of them.
Yeah. So, but it's interesting. Hey, congratulations to all those gentlemen. It's such an honor for them to go to the Hall of Fame, and I don't think there's any argument of any one of these 5 that like it'd be hard for someone to say one of these guys don't belong there. Like they all belong there. So the interesting point, right? This whole thing, class, if people remember, this was when Bill Belichick was supposed to be able to get in, and they didn't they didn't vote him in. So now that will continue to rev up now as they start talking about the class for next year. That if Belichick doesn't get in or not, I don't know. But all right, let's stay with football.
Yep.
Right. It's just preseason. We're going to do our picks again in a few minutes, like we did last week on our teams. We're doing the AFC West today. But the more interesting thing for me, listen, in fantasy, running backs are very valued. So it's one of the top positions, like in the first couple of rounds that people go after.
I would say the most
valued, right?
Yeah. Them and wide receivers.
Yes. But the NFL have not valued them as much, right? We went through some years recently where it was hard to get $10 million a year, these guys, and they weren't getting guarantees, and they were getting one-year contracts, and now it's been changing. But then this week, what happened? Like, it really...
3 running backs get signed. Bijan Robinson.
Yeah, Bijan, $75 million, $50 guaranteed over like 3 years.
Jahmyr Gibbs and Jonathan Taylor.
All big contracts, right?
And really good running back.
No, they are, right? But the value of them, right? Jahmyr Gibbs, $67 million, right? $70 million could go up to $75 million with incentives, right? He's getting $22 million a year. Again, 3 or 4 years ago, people like Josh Jacobs couldn't even. It was hard getting 10 or 12, or Barkley was tough getting $10 or $12 million a year. Now these guys are back up into the mid-20s. Yeah. Same thing with Jonathan Taylor, $47 million, $39 million guaranteed. Really stellar running backs, but it's good to see that running backs are being valued again in the league. And we'll see as that continues. Now I would tell you, all of these guys, I think all of them, they have a load. Like, I know Detroit needs Jahmyr Gibbs, especially because they got rid of what's his name, Montgomery. So they need Gibbs in a big way. The offense, the Colts offense was what they were last year, not just because of Danny Dimes, but the offensive line and Jonathan Taylor. Like, he was balling out. And Bijan, that team needs a lot of help down there. So he's got a lot on his shoulders to try to get through.
They have Tua as their quarterback, and
maybe
you never know.
I don't know.
You never know. If him.
I don't know what's going on with that, but yeah, congratulations to those 3 guys. They're great contracts.
Big contracts.
And a big way. So all right, let's get into our NFL part now. Like, really good pick. So I will go first.
Yep.
As everybody, I think, you remember from last week, he was going to do the Chiefs this week, and I'm going to do the Raiders, right?
Yep.
Obviously, Raiders fan, so I'll try to be biased here. And I think we'll see if you
And
think I'm
I've
biased.
seen his pick. It's not biased. It is biased.
It's not. Listen, we're going into this. Our win total is like 5.5 for the year, right? I'll tell you if I think we should go over or under on that. Obviously, we have Fernando Mendoza. Everybody knows that. I don't think he'll be playing much in the very beginning. I'll tell you where I think he's going to start playing. But let's talk about what they were last year, right? So, the worst offense in the league last year, right? It's not like 28th and they were 32nd. They were terrible. They were a terrible offense.
Terrible.
And that reflects their 3-14 record. It's actually funny when you see a 3-14 record and you're the worst offense in the league. I don't even know how you get to 3 wins, to be honest with you. But it was because their defense actually wasn't as bad. The Raiders' defense was kind of middle in the road last year.
Yeah.
They were okay against the run. They weren't as good against the pass. But overall, they were like 17th in defense, right? So not terrible. And you think about that, something to think about for last year. Not that it matters, but if your offense is that bad, that defense is out in the field for a long time, much longer than most defense.
Yeah.
So the fact that they could be middle of the pack ranking-wise in defense with their offense that could not support them at all wasn't bad. So
That's not bad at all.
let's get into this year. Before I get into the picks, some of my thoughts. Obviously, all new coaching staff, right?
Yeah.
Kubiak comes in from Seattle as the offense coordinator, winning the Super Bowl there. He brings the offense coordinator, Jenko, in with him. He was his QB coach up there in Seattle, which Sam Darnold says great things about him. So hopefully that works, right? But still first time. So we have a first-time head coach, a first-time offense coordinator,
First time
And a-
defense coordinator.
first-time defense coordinator. Now, Rob Leonard's been there for 3 or 4 years. He was a defensive line coach and like passing game coordinator. Like he's been there a little bit already. And so they must see good things in him because Kubiak kept him around, didn't bring his own guy in. But yeah, all brand new into their roles. So that worries me. Now, Rob Leonard's been around like the Raiders a long time. He's been coaching defense for like 15 years now. Like he's a good coach, but everyone brand new makes me a little bit worried. Let's go talk about signings. Obviously, the biggest one for them, Tyler Linderbaum, right?
Yeah.
Everybody all that big, huge, $27 million, like
Best center in the game.
he's best center in the game, right? And so he should really help that line, not just because he's a great center, but because then like Jackson Powers gets to move over to right guard. He didn't, he played a lot of center last year. That's not where he should be. So he gets to go to right guard. I think Burfield's going to play left. So we have like a really strong interior line now, which is key because if Genty does not have a big year, we will not have a big yes, right? So that line and what needs to happen, and I think they solidified that, and I think it's good, right? And then that kid Washington, the running back they picked in like the 8th round, right? Like what? He's a great backup for him. He's looking really good in camp and everything now.
How did you say? Did you say 8th round?
No, what was he? What round?
I don't know, but I thought you said 8th round.
I might have said 8th. I thought I said 6th, but maybe it was. He wasn't in the first couple of rounds. Let's put it that way. But the big one, right? So that's everything with offense. We need wide receiver help still. I was thinking we were going to get one of these guys, but they all signed now. And so, listen, I think the rookie, Malik Benson, that we picked up, I think he's playing well in camp. Can he step up? We don't have a number 1 wide receiver. That concerns me. But, yeah, listen, defense, I think the key things for me, coming in, getting pay to come in to play defensive end, signing him. Nakobe Dean, I think he'll be this great, strong linebacker that we need. And then the really cool one that I'm really interested in seeing is Jamar McCoy, right? Like this guy, if he didn't have the injury stuff, like he would have been a first-round pick, this guy, and we got him late in the
4th round.
Yeah, so I mean, it's that. Yeah, I'm excited about him and what's going on. So all that excitement, all that talk, let's talk schedule. Okay, they start off week 1 at home against the Miami Dolphins. That is a win. We beat the Miami Dolphins at home. Right?
I agree with that.
Then we go to Los Angeles to play the Chargers.
Nope.
That's a loss.
Yeah.
Okay? Close game, but it's a loss. Then we go on the road, across the other side of the world, to play the Saints in New Orleans.
Oh, I thought you meant
I know,
other.
I'm saying, but that is the other side of the world. It's the East Coast. For us, it is, right? So anyways, New Orleans. I think that's a W against New Orleans. Okay? So here we are. We start off 2-1. Then I got them at Kansas City at the Raiders, a loss. Them going to New England, that's a loss. And then Bills at home is a loss. The Rams at home are a loss. So we lose 4 games in a row. So we start off 2-1.
All right.
Then we lose 4 games, right? And unfortunately, 1, 2, 3 of those games, we lose 3 games at home. But it's to the Chiefs. I'm sorry. It's to the Bills. It's to the Rams. it's a tough schedule in that beginning part, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, so after that, we're like 2-5, right? But then we go, helpful for everybody. We get to go play the New York Jets.
Woo.
And it is Jets at the Meadowlands in New Jersey, not New York. And that's a W for us, right? So, hey, we're feeling all right now. We're like 3-4. I think, okay, Cousins is still playing at this point. Fernando might be sprinkled in here and there, but he's not starting, right?
Maybe if we blow out the Jets.
I still don't think so yet. Because after the Jets, you know who your next game is? It's San Francisco in San Francisco. That's not where you want the rookie quarterback to start, right? So I think that's a loss at San Francisco.
No, I mean, like, I think we blow out the Jets in, like, the last minutes of the fourth quarter he comes.
Oh, yeah, maybe that type of deal. Okay. So they go, after the Jets win, they go to San Francisco. That's a loss. They have Seattle at home. That is a loss.
Yeah.
It's going to be a tough game because, you know, Kubiak and those guys coming from Seattle, but it's a loss.
Matter.
I know, it's not going to. It's going to be a loss.
Matter.
And then they go to Denver, and that's a loss.
Yeah.
Key. So that is week 12. Cleveland, they lose. They have a bye after that Cleveland game. After the Denver game.
Cleveland, they win.
Correct. Yes, they're going to win in Cleveland. What I was saying, though, sorry, my mistake. They lose at Denver in week 11.
Yeah.
After week 11, Mendoza's the starting quarterback. They've lost 3 games. They've lost 7 out of the last 8. It's now time to give Mendoza the keys. He goes in against Cleveland. He plays. That's a win. Then they have a bye for him to continue to get better.
Wow, you're starting off Cleveland.
I know, but that's where you got to be smart where you put him. Then the bye. Then he goes and he's got the Chargers at Allegiant Stadium.
You're crazy.
Fernando gets the win.
You're crazy.
Against the Chargers at Allegiant.
You're crazy. You're
Week
crazy.
14. All right, shut up. Come on. These aren't your picks. These are my picks.
I'm just telling you.
Then they got Denver at home right after that. It's a letdown after they beat the Chargers. They lose. But then they got Tennessee in week 16. The Cardinals in 17. Those are back-to-back wins now.
I think Tennessee's going to be really
They're
good.
back-to-back. Okay, what does that matter?
Real good than people think.
They will be, but we're going to beat them, though. I didn't say they weren't going to be good. We're going to beat them. So we go on 2-game win streak. Last game of the year at Kansas City. Last game of the year. It's a W for Fernando. Fernando wins. Listen to me. 5 out of 6 games at the end. Fernando wins. They finish 8-9. They don't make the playoffs. They finish 8-9. 5 games better than last year. Take the over in the 5.5 wins for the Raiders. They're going to do it. Any other counters?
You're saying last game of the season, they're going to win at Kansas City.
Yes.
You're picking that instead of week 4 in Las Vegas.
Correct.
Or not even beating Kansas City at all.
No.
All right, well,
Yeah, that's what I'm picking.
that's crazy.
So that's it. 8-9. They don't make the playoffs. It's better. Off season now. Fernando's the starter. They make the playoffs in 27. So, all right. Let's talk about the Chiefs. It's all on you.
All right. Well, offense was okay last season. Obviously, Patrick got hurt.
Yeah.
Points per game, everything around 20th. And rushing, yards per game, points per game. Obviously, Kansas City defense a lot better. 6th in points per game, 10th in yards, and 9th in rushing.
What was their record last year?
6-11.
6-11, and they missed the playoffs. Yeah.
Yep.
First time in like 8 years or so. I mean, it's been a long time
10,
since.
yeah.
It's been a long time since they missed the playoffs.
Offensive coordinator, Eric
Bieniemy. Yeah. So
Bieniemy.
big deal. He was there with all the championships. He was the offense coordinator with Pat and those boys. So I think a big deal. Now, unfortunately, there's a story that happened a week or 2 ago where unfortunately his wife was shot at home. So he's been with his wife, obviously back east. So I don't know how much, but first of all, hopefully everything's fine with his wife, and our thoughts and prayers are with him. She's fine. I don't want to say she's fine, but she didn't die.
Yeah.
But where our hopes our prayers are with her. But it's interesting because how much he's been there or not, I don't know. I haven't read a report on it. But listen, all the success they had, even though Andy Reid was calling plays and stuff like that when Eric was there, Bieniemy, but Patrick Mahomes loves him. Travis Kelce loves him. They're gonna have a better offense, I think, this year with him there.
Now, defense coordinator, longtime defensive coordinator, Steve Spagnuolo.
Oh yeah, he's the real
Had
deal.
many success. Obviously, head
He's the
coach
real
we
deal.
know, Andy Reid, big time. Now, I think biggest pickup was running back Kenneth Walker III.
From Seattle.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was MVP, wasn't he?
MVP of the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, they lost him. That's gonna hurt Seattle too, not having him. But yeah, that's a great.
They have another running.
I know, but he the last part of the year he was great, and in the playoffs he was great. So that's a great pickup for Kansas City.
Then they traded Trent McDuffie to the Rams.
Yeah, I don't understand that, but
And they brought back Kelsey, signed him, new deal.
Kelsey.
Oh,
Travis Kelsey. They re-signed him again. He wasn't going anywhere. That's not a pickup. He was still there.
All right,
He was
now
always going to be there.
it's time to talk about the schedule.
There, where's lost? Where are you going?
Where am I going? Okay.
Isn't it right there in front of
Yep,
you? Yep,
never
it's right
mind.
there. He's still tired from last night. Anyways.
Okay, first, Monday Night Football.
Oh.
Again, at home versus the Broncos, I think that's a loss.
At home against the Broncos, it's all.
I do.
In Kansas City, they're going to lose on Monday night, the first game of the year, to the
Yep.
Broncos. Okay, that's not crazy.
And then Sunday Night Football at Kansas City versus the Colts. They're going to lose again.
At home.
Starting off 0-2. Yep. And then they're going to go on a 3-game winning streak against Dolphins, Raiders, and Chargers.
Okay.
Chargers is at home. Dolphins, Raiders are
What week is their bye?
5.
So they have it early. They have their bye early.
Yep.
Okay.
At Miami and at Las Vegas, I think those are wins.
Okay.
And then at home versus the Chargers, I think that's win too. Sunday Night Football at Seattle.
Yeah.
At Seattle, I think that's a loss.
That's a loss too for them, huh?
Yeah, and then they go on a 4-game winning streak.
Okay.
Against
Who?
Broncos,
Okay.
Jets, Falcons, Cardinals.
Yeah. So 3 out of those 4 teams are probably won't be very good. But the Denver win, that's a good win. That's a good win, the Denver win.
At Denver.
Yeah, at Denver too. Okay.
And then Thanksgiving at Buffalo. I think that's a loss.
It's in Buffalo.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
has to be a loss.
Yeah. For the Bills' standpoint, it has to be a loss. No, I get it. It's a loss, but I'm saying for the Bills, it'd be a great not it's a loss for them that they beat Kansas City is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Bills are gonna need that. So.
All right, and then another Thursday night football game that following week.
They have a lot of games on Thursday night, Sunday night.
They
huh?
do, and Monday.
And Monday night, huh?
Yeah, against at the Rams.
Okay.
I think that's a loss.
That's a loss. Okay.
And then at Cincinnati, I think that's a loss.
Are you kidding me? You think Joey B's gonna go out and do it?
Yeah, I trust him, my boy.
You trusting Joey B? Okay. All right. So Joey B.
And then Monday Night Football
again.
at home versus the Patriots. I think that's a loss. Just saying.
You're nuts.
And then they go on a 3-game winning streak to end the season against 49ers, Chargers, and Raiders.
And where do they end up?
10-7. I think they missed the playoffs by just a little bit.
Yeah, I think from what we said last week when we talked about the AFC, I think we agreed you're going to need 11, if not 12 wins to make the wild card.
Yeah.
So you're saying they lose and they don't make it.
Yeah.
2 years in a row.
Yeah.
I think you're nuts. I think you're nuts.
I think you're nuts about 8 and 9.
We don't have Patrick Mahomes. Maybe Fernando turns into it, but I don't know. Listen, he's coming off the ACL still. Supposedly he looks great in camp. They said he's been looking amazing in camp. But yeah, listen. This is what I'll tell you about why I feel good about the Raiders win.
Please don't.
What happened this week in camp? What happened? Do you remember the story? Fisticuffs.
Kirk Cousins and Max Crosby.
Our quarterback and our defensive end fighting.
Yeah.
Maxie going crazy as always, and I know coaches have warned them beforehand, but Max says he's been going through this like from junior college days. Like he plays hard. That's what he does, and you can't turn that off. That's what he does, right? And so I guess he hit Kurt maybe one too many times, and Kurt got up in his face, and people had to break him up. But there's some fire in Vegas, baby. There's some stuff going on. So 8-9 it is. We won't make the playoffs, but we'll be 8-9. We'll have some games that we'll win actually. So I don't know what the win total is. Do we have the win total for Kansas City? I don't know what if we did or not.
Let's see.
10.5. Yep. So you're saying take the under?
I am. Take the under. Take the under.
Oh my God, they have the 5th best odds to win the Super Bowl. Just so you know, for the people in Vegas who do this every day for years, and why they build those big buildings here because they make money. So, okay. Well, listen, that's it for the episode. There's one more thing I want to say for those who've remembered it from last week. It came up.
Oh my God.
I'm going to say it again, and I'm going to keep saying it every episode until something changes. So we talked about swimming last week, and there was the Nationals going on. I looked on the ESPN app. It wasn't there. We don't have anything for U.S. swimming on the ESPN app. We have things like snooker and all this other stuff on there. And still, as of today, so the the big meet's coming up, right? The
Pan Pacific.
Pan Pacific this weekend coming up in California. ESPN, you have time. Put it on your app.
Please.
Get US Swimming on on your app. Like, what are we doing here? So I'll say it again, like last week. ESPN, be better. Be better. Get it on the app.
I mean,
USA Swimming. Come on.
Snooker.
So, anyways.
Rugby, cricket, but you don't have your own country's swimming team.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. So, what else? Anything else before we head off?
Well, thank you. Thank you for watching. If you made it this far, like and subscribe. And if you don't love yourself, nobody will.
Peace, guys.
Peace.